Good morning to everybody. The FutureTrend market research is again with you. And today we'd like to pay your attention on returning of the risk appetite in the world financial markets. As you can see, the stock indices are on the upside, on the strong upside at the moment. As a result, the major pairs are turning back to the underlying uptrends against the United States currency. And this morning you can see that in most of major pairs the dollar is losing the ground. As a result, today, for example, against the basket of major currencies, of 6 major currencies, the so-called DXY index, it's today on the 3 years lows, reaching the 3 years lows, which means that the weaker dollar trend is back to play. And we'd like to say that the market should continue this kind of path against the weaker dollar, and we suggest that such kind of trend will persist in the nearest future. At the same time, regarding today, because today is Friday and the dollar already lost kind of good way till Friday, so we prefer to probably to wait for a kind of correction in the dollar price at the moment, or during today's European or American session. If, for example, the major pairs will directly overshoot from here to the upside, probably it will be a time for a correction, because fundamentally not the situation is not so bad for the United States currency. Probably the market is on such kind of side of the weaker dollar at the moment because of the maybe financial situation in the United States. It's not a secret that probably in 2019 the debt of the United States could exceed $1 trillion. Of course, it's a kind of huge amount for investors, and they should pay attention to such kind of situation. Also, probably the normalization of the global tendencies between the major central banks regarding their monetary policy into more hawkish side. Probably also this kind of process also will support the majors against the dollar. The time will show. And now we present you a list of our strategy, where you can see that we're still losing kind of pairs, so we're still losing long positions, and anyway we prefer to wait for a possible correction in the dollar price before entering new short position in the greenback. For example, the euro dollar this morning is above recent highs of 25.37. That means that probably the market can go directly higher from here. Anyway, we'd like to pay your attention on the nearing longer term downtrend, which was drawn, which was drawn from the highs of 2008, and now it intersects around 126.60-70. That means that probably the euro dollar will find a kind of stopping point around this level and will take a pause. But truthfully say, the trend is strictly to the upside, strong trend to the upside. So any kind of correction lower should meet a healthy interest to buy the dollar, to buy the euro. We see the first reliable support level around 124.50-60, where we'll accumulate first half of a long euro-dollar position, of course, if we see this. And after that, we will be ready to increase position on a possible retesting of 123 level with the stop below accelerated uptrend, which lies today at 22.6070. So that's why we put a stop below 22.60 at the moment. The dollar yen this morning was below and is below a longer term uptrend drawn from the lows of 2016 of 98.95, and this uptrend intersected around 105.80, where we closed our short trade recommendation accumulated a pair of days ago. We suggest that probably the pair will find a kind of floor, intermediate floor against 105.50. We don't see a 105 level, maybe it's a kind of psychological one. To say the truth, here is a kind of support around 105.50. It will be very interesting and very important how the market closed this week, because if we close below 105.50, probably the market will put a new kind of goal around the lows of 2016, around a psychologically important level of 199. The sterling is on the upside again. It's now starting to erode its short-term downtrend, which lies around 41.45. Break above this level should accelerate the trend higher. But again, today is Friday, and probably the market is over-positioning regarding the regarding the short dollar position. So anytime the correction could come into play. So be patient regarding this matter. The dollar Swiss, we changed a little bit our strategy. You can see that besides of the fact that we are ready to sell the pair on a possible retest of the short-term downtrend around 93.6070, we also ready to buy a direct overshooting of 90.80, where lies also interesting support level. On the weekly chart you can see this level is the lows of May of 2015, 90.60-90.70, where we will try to buy a dollar Swiss for a moment, for a kind of small correction. At the same time, we are ready to sell the dollar Swiss on a possible retesting of the accelerated downtrend around 93.60. Regarding other currency pairs, you can see that, for example, such kind of pairs like Euro Yen, Euro Swiss, and Euro Sterling, we are more flexible and we are ready to sell and to buy depending on the situation, because here not so clear. We don't have a kind of clear trends, because now the market in the consolidation phase in all of these pairs. Regarding the Euro Swiss, Euro Sterling, we're still in the kind of range trading between 87 and 90 from November of 2017. So maybe the point of breaker outside of this range is very close to us, but anyway, we are prepared to stay aside for a moment from concrete kind of positions. We wish you a nice days ahead, a profitable one. Don't hurry up, be patient. We're still expecting, once again, we'd like to point out to say you that probably during this session, in case of further direct losses on the dollar price, we could enter a kind of good correction consolidation, probably a small one in the dollar price. Wish you a nice day ahead, and wish you also a nice weekend. See you later, your FutureTrend.